Hi, I'm Ed and welcome to the kitchen at One Blenheim Terrace. Today we're going to be making a dish from our starter menu, which is our interpretation of crudité. We take a bit of Scandinavian influence for this dish, which is basically to take our ingredients and to put them back where we find them. So when they come to the customer, it should hopefully look like a vegetable garden. Right, we're going to start this dish. The first thing you need to do is to get some tinned black olives. Don't need to spend a fortune, you don't want them stuffed with anything, and ideally pitted. We put them in the oven for 2 hours at 110 degrees, and after that time we take them out and we split the olives in half. Then they go back in the oven at 180 degrees for 2 more hours, and we basically just put them in a food processor and we blitz them until we get a fine powder. So this is basically to replicate soil, if you want to have a look at them. To finish our soil for this dish, we get some whole hazelnuts. We roast them in the oven at 180 degrees for roughly 4 or 5 minutes till they're golden brown. And once again we process them in a food processor until we get a sort of coarse powder with them. And then to finish our soil, all we do is, the hazelnuts really are just for the look of the soil, but they also do, obviously, without being too obvious, give a nice nutty taste to it as well. So you don't want masses. If there are any lumps, you can just remove them. And that's all we're after, really, is something that sort of replicates soil. So that sort of texture and colour. Right, that's the longest part done. That would take you roughly 4.5 hours to get to that stage once everything's cooled down. The second job is to make the sauce grabiche, which is basically we start with a base of mayonnaise. Basically, this recipe will make 2 portions. We use 2 egg yolks, so I'll pop them into our mixing bowl. About a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. You can use Chardonnay vinegar as well, or instead of. And the vinegar we don't measure. We're basically going to add the vinegar until we feel that it's the right consistency. And what you're looking for is a stiff mayonnaise. So this might be a little bit noisy. It's good if you've got a wet cloth you can put under the bowl. It will help stop it moving. Or if you've got someone spare in the kitchen, you can get them to hold it. So I would say it's roughly 4 parts oil to 1 part vinegar, same as when you make a vinaigrette. So we've used 1 tablespoon of vinegar, so it's roughly 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use olive oil, but it's quite a strong flavour and it can make it slightly bitter. So that's the sort of consistency we're looking for. It's a mayonnaise that just holds itself. We're going to add a touch of sea salt to that, not too much because we've got quite a few ingredients going in there, naturally salty. Just give that a taste. Yeah, it's seasoned enough. You're just tasting for making sure that you can still taste the vinegar, but it's not too harsh. So the oil should calm down the vinegar. Right, into our sauce grabiche. Got some ingredients here. So we're going to add half a tablespoon of chopped capers. They're just literally capers out of the tin. Chopped nice and fine. Then add some chopped gherkins or cornichons, same amount really as the capers, it's plenty. Once again, same amount of chopped shallot, nice and fine. You don't really want big pieces in there. Nice pinch of chopped parsley. And really the biggest difference between a tartar sauce and a sauce Crudities is the fact that we add chopped whole hard-boiled eggs, or you can grate them, and that basically helps to thicken the mayonnaise and gives it a nice flavour as well. Basically you just want to check that again for seasoning. You can use pepper, although there's no real need for it in this dish. Lovely. Right, and now we're pretty much there for plating. With the vegetables, it's completely up to you what you want to use for it. Obviously anything in season is best. We choose to blanch some of ours till they're soft and keep some raw, just for texture in the dish. Normal crudité is completely raw veg, you can use completely raw, and it's a good dish to use throughout the year. During the summer months you can use asparagus, or whatever's in season. At the moment we're in January, so we're using carrots, Brussels sprouts are still in season, broccoli, cauliflower and small Charlotte potatoes. In this case we choose to keep the carrots raw, the cauliflower raw, and everything else gets blanched. So broccoli literally just blanched, not overcooked. So all we're going to do is plate this dish now. So we start with the sauce Crudities as a base. And it's just a dipping sauce for the vegetables. This is how we serve it here. So that fills the bottom of the bowl. Then get our soil that we've made, and sprinkle on top. And it's just a case of arranging the vegetables in here to make it look like a veg patch. Just put a couple of carrots in. Nice bit of broccoli, cauliflower. Brussels, potato, put a bit more veg in the middle. And then just to finish looking like a garden, we add some cresses to garnish. This is just mustard cress. Take a nice plouche of that. Stick that in the middle. We can use other leaves. I've got a little bit of red vein baby sorrel here as well. Just sort of sit that around. And we can finish with a touch more soil just so the veg actually looks dirty, which is the effect that we're going for. And that's it. That's our crudité to start at One Blenheim Terrace. I hope you enjoy making it at home, and please send in any pictures or videos to One Blenheim Terrace. It'd be nice to see. Thanks a lot.